Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday that actually feels like a Sunday. So apparently my crazy brain is caught up to what day it actually is. Does that really matter? No. And I'm feeling kind of silly today, so before we get into the game, well, no, let's start with this. We're moving to June 16th. And we're just going to start it off with the Mets at the Braves, the second of a the second of a short 2-game set. The Mets won the first game. In fact, the Mets carry a 6-game winning streak into this game. Welcoming in Frank and Kathy Harden. Let's see who else we've got here today. Frank's game, Atlanta walloped the Mets 9-2. Hello, Ben Witz. Okay, my informal poll today is bear claws or butter horns. What do you like? Also, does anybody know where I can get, speaking of horns, where can I get some devil horns for Mookie? So I want to put some horns on him for Thanksgiving to equip him to intimidate any children that should be foolish enough to come to the door for Halloween. Did I say Thanksgiving? I think I did, didn't I? Obviously, I'm a little silly today. Welcoming in Jeffrey Guterman and Mr. Kramer. Thank you, Cosmo. Yeah, in the back of my, I realized I just said Thanksgiving, didn't I? You know, let's put it this way. And only fans of The Office will get this, but it doesn't really matter when he wears them as long as his horns can pierce the sky. Thanksgiving, I don't participate. Let's look at the pitching matchup for today's ball game. Lefty Rob Gardner takes the mound for the Mets. Righty Tony Cloninger for Atlanta. Neither of them have fared very well in our replay. Gardner 4-5 at ERA high at 5.32, 11 starts. No complete game, 64 1/3 innings, 71 hits allowed. He surrendered 11 homers. That's a bit high, to say the least, especially for 1966. When I'm looking at pitchers for current day draft leagues, I use the yardstick 1 homer per 10 innings. That's acceptable. Anything less is great. Cloninger 5-8, ERA also a bit high at 4.80, 15 starts. He does have 1 complete game. It was a shutout. In 96 innings, 89 hits allowed, and he's been clocked for 17 homers. Control has been Cloninger's problem. 48 walks in 96 innings, and you combine that with the 17 home runs. What does this all mean? Basically nothing, but it would indicate that we're going to see some runs scored today. At least statistically, of course. We know it doesn't always work out that way. This will be the first holiday season without my mom, so I mostly did it for her. Or I should say I did it for us. That's actually better. It's a better way to put it. I did it for us. No reason for me to participate in this capitalistic money grab known as the holidays anymore. And yeah, oh sure, we've got the CS is finalized. Like I say, I'm sitting in hog heaven. I've got 2 teams in the CS. And should they both advance, the World Series will be a win-win for me. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't mind raising a glass to them, Ben. What I do mind is spending any money on them. If that makes me Scrooge, then so be it. Okay, here's the lineup for the Mets. Al Luplo leads it off in right field. Ron Hunt at second base. Cleon Jones is in center. Ken Boyer in the cleanup spot at third base. Welcome in Franklin Long. Franklin did see the Oriole game on the replay. Ed Kranepool at first base hits fifth. Hawk Taylor will do the catching once again. Ron Swoboda is in left field. Eddie Brassu, the shortstop, and Gardner, the pitcher, bats ninth. Let's see. You know, I don't mind birthdays, Cosmo, and the difference to me is there's not this big commercial push for birthdays. I've already seen a Christmas commercial, and I've seen Christmas crap in the stores already. This is October the 12th. All right. You're right, Frank. Here's the umpires for today's game. Ed Sudol behind the plate, Paul Pryor at first, John Kibler at second, and Bill Jakowski down at third. Up to the plate steps Al Luplo. Al hitting .231 on the year, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, left-handed hitter, Cloninger into the windup, and here we go on a 5-7 left-handed grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Felix Millan. Millan a .424. Moving to his left, error range. It's a 9 on a 24. He should make that, and he does, and throws Luplo out. Nice play, Felix Millan, to get it started. 1 away. And here's Ron Hunt. Remember, if you missed the opener, the Mets are going for their 7th straight win here today. They've pulled out of last place. Cloninger facing Hunt. Hunt at .270. No homers, 9 RBIs. By Hunt standards, a subpar 5 hit by the pitches. 3-4, he lifts it to right field. That's going to be a can of corn for Hank Aaron. And quickly, there's 2 down in the first. Here is Cleon Jones. Cleon, a fan favorite, hitting .321. He leads the club in batting now. 5 homers, 15 RBIs. Cloninger with the windup. It's a 6-5 righty. High fly ball to deep left field. Carter going back at the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch at the wall. So Cleon gave it a ride, but it's just allowed out to left. 1-2-3 go the Mets. And after half an inning of play, it's New York 0, Atlanta coming to bat against Rob Gardner. Lineup for the Braves. Dennis Menke leads off at third base. Fan favorite Woody Woodward at short. Hank Aaron in the familiar 3 spot in right field. Felipe Alou will be at first base today. Rico Cardi's in left field. Gene Oliver will do the catching. Mac Jones in center. Felix Millan at second base, and Cloninger, a good hitting pitcher, in the 9 spot. In the who's hot, who's not department, Joe Torre. He's not even in the lineup, but in his last 10 games, he's batted .405, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. I'm sure we'll see Torre at some point in the game. Gardner, a left-hander, completes his tosses, and up steps Dennis Menke. Menke hitting .260, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Gardner gets the sign, the wind up the pitch, it's a 4-9. Menke lifts it to left field. Swoboda barely has to move and makes the catch. Here's Woody Woodward now. Woody having a fine season, 269, no home runs, but 30 RBIs, which would be 4th on the ball club. The lefty delivers 5-10. It's a grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Eddie Brasou. A 432. Into the hole on a 5. He's not going to get that. That's into left field for a single. Woodward, not a threat to run. Let's check the Mets battery anyway. Gardner with a 0 hold. Taylor with a +3 arm. Let's take another look at that. So that's 16. 6, and he's out on a 12. With Aaron at the plate. No thanks. Aaron's going to swing away. The Hall of Famer average low at 226, but he leads the majors in home runs with a whopping 22 and is also among the leaders in RBIs with 56. Now, granted, it's been a while since Aaron's hit one. We've been waiting a while for 23. Gardner, it's a 4-11 righty, fly to left field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Swoboda. Swoboda, a good outfielder. 3-4, here's the play. It's a 19, and he makes a nice running catch to take a base hit away from Henry Aaron. Nice play, Swoboda. With 2 outs and a Lou up, Woodward's going to try to roll the 6. Does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Felipe Alou on a 1-6 lefty. High fly ball to deep left, double to 18. It's over Swoboda's head. Gets it back in quickly, and Woodward will hold at third on a 2-star double. Taking another look at that. Yep, 2-star double. 1-6, double to 18. He rolled the 7. Alou, by the way, came in hitting .335. And that's his 17th double. He certainly is, in my mind, Frank. I can relate. Oh, Cosmo, I loved Home Improvement. I think that was Tim Allen's best work. Well, Ben, you got friends here. Rico Carty the hitter, Al Oliver to follow. I'm thinking about it, at least for a moment, but it's way too early to be issuing intentional walks, even though Carty does lead the team in hitting at .364. Not enough bats to qualify. Where are these little flies coming from? I've seen a lot of that lately. 4 homers, 20 RBIs. I kind of want to put him on. It's too early. They're going to pitch to Carty. The pitch on a 6'10 right-handed. He lifts it the other way to right field. Luplo drifting over, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So for Atlanta, no runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 runners in scoring position. And after 1 inning, we are scoreless. And welcoming Jimmy Jam in. Haven't seen you in a while, Jimmy. How's it going? You know who we haven't seen in a while, too, is Michael. The guy who is always writing Woodward and Ryan. You got that right, Frank. I actually got arrested twice for the stupidest things. Both were the same thing. A fix-it ticket that I allowed to go to a bench warrant by throwing it in the trash and ignoring it. Of course, I was a teenager. Name me one teenager who doesn't do stupid things. Second inning, here's Ken Boyer leading it off. Boyer, 237, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs. Cloninger comes in there with a 6'9" right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the game. And here's Ed Kranepool. Kranepool hitting just 219, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. Cloninger into the windup. That's a 1-8 righty. Grounder to shortstop. Woodward has it. Throws to Alou, and there's 2 away. What have we got? Rock and roll orders? Oh, repair and replace. Hello, Kenyon. How are you? Two down, here's Hawk Taylor. Taylor, 7 for 23 in limited duty, batting .304. The pitch from Cloninger, 3-12 righty. Another ground ball to short. Woodward charging this one, gloves it, throws on the run, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Mets. And there's unmitigated. Fortunately, no double secret probation. That would be the worst. Ah, that's good coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee. Jeffrey, that's one of your lines I don't mind stealing. I think we both share the same love for coffee. Here comes Frank with another drum question. Baker or Bonham? That one's hard. That's really hard. I don't know if I can answer that because they're both awesome and their styles are different. Nobody has a grinder for you. Well, that sucks. I think Amazon does have the new model. In other words, if you click on the one I sent you, they'll have some other recommendations, and there's one there that looks just like it, almost just like it, and I think it's the new model that replaced that model, so it's probably almost the same. Thank you, Franklin. Yeah, I'd take Neil Peart over any of those guys. That one's not even hard. And Gavin Harrison as well. Also the guy from Tool. Okay, enough drumming. Well, maybe a little more. Here's Gene Oliver, bottom of the second inning. 243, 7 home runs, 23 RBIs. Oliver's had a couple of big home runs lately as well. Gardner into the windup. It's a 1-9 lefty. Grounder to second base, fielded by Hunt, who throws him out. And there's one away. Here's Mac Jones now. Jones at 207, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. A lefty-lefty matchup. On a 5-7, he loses in ball 4. First walk of the ball game. Jones with good speeds, 18 held at 60, and he's going to roll for it. 2 through 8, 12, he's out on an 11. 8, he's got it. 1 to 16, there goes Jones. Taylor's throw, he's stolen it. Mac Jones with his 4th stolen base of the year. And here's the next pitch to Felix Millan. 111 lefty. He pops him up on the left side. Boyer waving his arms. He'll take it. 2 down and a runner in scoring position, and Tony Cloninger is the batter. Cloninger, a 7 right-hander with end power. Gardner comes in with a 2-5, and that's going to be a base hit into center field. Jones rounding to 17. Cleon a -1, 16. They're throwing. They throw to the plate. He scores. So Tony Cloninger drives in the first run of the game, takes second on the throw. And here's Dennis Menke. Menke flew to left his first time up. Gardner's pitch is a 1-2 left-handed foul ball. Boyer puts it away, and that'll do it. Braves settle for a run on a hit and leave a man, and after 2, lead it 1-0. Yeah, I think if I were pressed, and again, it's very close. Bonham, Baker. No, I can't do it. I just can't compare them. I got to call that one a tie, Frank. I know it's not what you were looking for. Ringo is very underrated. I would agree with that, Franklin. I'm not into the death metal Cosmo, but I like Tool and Porcupine Tree. Swerve Driver. Some of the stuff that doesn't have the growling, yelling vocals. I can't really deal with that. It's too much for me. It feeds my anxiety. A lot of it's technically very good, though. I realize that. Okay, here's the bottom third of the Mets order. Ron Swoboda will start it off. Swoboda having a struggle this year. 173, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Cloninger gets the sign from Oliver. It's a 5-5 right-handed grounder to shortstop X. Woody Woodward into the hole, 334. Here's the play on a 4. He's not going to get it. That's into left field for a leadoff single. The Braves battery +1 and Oliver a +1. So that's a +2. Swoboda at 15 with a 5-6 to get the lead. They're going to have to hold him on at 13. Pursue in a great bunting situation, but the pitcher's on deck. I liked those 2 bands okay. I can't say I was a huge fan, but they were good. Oh, Kathy. I think Buddy was the best ever. Larry, I loved Moon. In fact, I even patterned my style after Moon. But honestly, like me, he was more of a basher than a drummer. I mean, he was excellent at it. I love listening to him, even more watching him. But he simply did not have the technique of those other gentlemen. Runner on first, nobody out. Eddie Brassu on the season at 247, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Cloninger from the stretch, 4-7 right-handed, liner to third. Single to 4, Menke stabs it. And here's Gardner now. Throws left, bats right. 2 weak. A D bunter. He's going to lay it down as a D. 6D, that'll get the job done. Gardner with the sacrifice. Swoboda moves to second. And with 2 down, it will be up to Luplow. Cloninger checks the runner. Now comes to the plate. 4-8 left-handed. And he loses in ball 4. A walk to Luplow. First and second 2 down. And here's Ron Hunt. Love Mitch Mitchell. Cloninger. 4-10 right-handed. That's going to be catcher's card. That's Gene Oliver. Oliver is a 4E4. Here it is on a 19. Pass ball and foul out, and the inning is over. No runs a hit, 2 left on for the Mets. When I started playing at 14 or 15, I can tell you who I tried to imitate. Moon, Mitch Mitchell, Clive Bunker, and Danny Serafin. I tried to do Ian Pace, but I couldn't do a lot of his stuff. But he was an influence. Also, in terms of you guys sending in pictures, there's a new one under posts. Dan Port sent in a picture last night. That's been posted. Once again, if anybody wants to send in a picture, I'll post it. Bottom of the third, here's Woody Woodward to start it off. Woody singled his first time up. Gardner into the windup on a 2-9 left-handed. Routine grounder to second. Hunt will throw him out. Here's Henry Aaron 0 for 1. Gardner with the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-7 righty, and he loses in ball 4. Perhaps pitching extra careful to Hank Aaron. 20 held at 18. He's going to roll for it. He needs the 7. Does not get it. Felipe Alou, who doubled in the first, standing in from the right side. Gardner out of the stretch. That's going to be a 1-10 left. He gets a high fly ball to left. Swoboda going back. It is over his head for extra bases. Aaron rounds third, 1-16. Swoboda a 0. They're going to send him. Mets are throwing. The throw to the plate, he scores. Analu moves to third. So that did not work out for the Mets. My thinking there is being at second or third, you're still in scoring position either way, so take a shot at the plate. Now they'll have to pull the infield in for Rico Cardi. The pitch from Gardner on a 5-12 grounder to second X. That's Hunt. Tough chance for Hunt, 328. There's the play. On a 13, he's got it, throws home, and nails the lead man with the infield in. A 4-2 force. Big play there for the Mets. Runner at first, 2 away. And here's Gene Oliver. Gardner's pitch on a 6-9 right hand. That's a driven deep to left field. Back goes Swoboda. At the track, at the wall. It's off the wall for extra bases. Double for Oliver. Carty could try to score. He's very slow. To center. Mac Jones is 0, 1 to 10. No. That's Cleon Jones, a -1, 1 to 9. Excuse me. Jones, the lefty, up next. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw from Mac Jones to the plate, and he's out by a mile. Two runners thrown out at the plate that inning. The Braves settle for 1 on 2 hits and lead 2-0 after 3. I think Mason plays what fits the song. I was never blown away by Mason, but I love Pink Floyd. I mean, really, who doesn't? That band has transcended generations. Go to the 4th, Braves up by 2. Heart of the order for the Mets. Here's Cleon Jones, 0 for 1. Cloninger with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-7 righty. Fly ball to straightaway center. Mac Jones is there as one Jones flies out to the other, and there's one down. Here's Ken Boyer now, struck out in the 2nd. Cloninger, 2-4 righty. He lifts it the other way to right field. Aaron drifts over and puts it away. 2 down quickly in the 4th. And here's Cranepool. Cloninger gets the sign from Oliver. The pitch to Cranepool on a 5-4 lefty. Fly ball center field X. Jones going back. 3-E-7. Here's the play on a 9, error range, 6 on an E7, 2-base error on Jones. It's not confusing at all with 2 Jones in center field. Runner in scoring position, 2 out. It's up to Hawk Taylor. And there's Rick. Welcome in, Rick. Well, you know, they have a song called Brain Damage, so that's, you know, ironic. The pitch to Taylor. 4-10 right-handed catcher's card. That's Oliver. Oliver 4-E-4. Here's the play now on a 16. That's going to be a pass ball and a pop out. The second one. And the second pass ball charged to Oliver, and that winds up the top of the 4th. So Cloninger really on his game today. When I was younger, I could play Inagata Davida. I was kind of the mindset that if I really like it, I shouldn't say this, but I was kind of the mindset that if I could do it, it couldn't be that difficult. All right, bottom of the fourth, Mac Jones will start it off in a 2-0 ball game. Braves leading. Gardner gets the sign. The pitch on a 3-8 left-handed. It could be extra bases lined into the gap in right center. Double to 7. He'll settle for the long single. Here's Felix Millan now 0 for 1. Jones a star 15. Plus 318 held at 16. He's going to roll for it. He gets the 2. He gets the lead. 1 to 16. The throw down from Taylor. He's stolen it. So Mac Jones, who came into the game with just 3 stolen bases on the season, has swiped 2 in this game. And here's the next pitch to Millan. On a 2-10 lefty, pop up on the right side. Ron Hunt will take it. And that's 1 down. Cloninger will swing away. A pretty good hitting pitcher. Drove in a run with a single in the second. Gardner's pitch on a 4-7. Grounder to third base. Single to 11. That's going to be an infield single for Cloninger. Stopping at third is Jones. That's going to get him up in the Mets bullpen. Cloninger's second hit of the day puts runners on the corners with 1 out. And here's the leadoff man, Dennis Menke. This Mets bullpen, what do you do? It's just awful. Jerry Arrigo begins to throw. I doubt that that's true, Ben. You might think that it is, but I'm of the belief that that's not true for anybody. Let's see how the Mets are going to play this now. Cloninger, a slow runner at first. Menke, a B bunter. Trailing by 2 already, the Mets will pull the infield in for Menke. Here it is, 2-8 right-handed. 2-8 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Huge strikeout for Gardner. Woody Woodward is the hitter with Henry Aaron looming on deck. Mets really need a right-hander to join Arrigo in the pen. That's going to be Darryl Sutherland. Gardner pitching to Woodward. 5-5 right-hander. He lifts it to center field. That's going to be playable for Jones, who puts it away to retire the side, and the Braves strand a pair. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. After 4 innings of play, 2-0 Atlanta. Another favorite drummer of mine is Barrymore Barlow. Trying to think of some of the guys that are among my favorites. We move to the 5th inning, bottom third for the Mets. Here's Swoboda. Swoboda singled his first time up, the only New York hit in the game so far. Cloninger's pitch on a 6-3 righty. He hits it the other way into right field and drops it in front of Hank Aaron for a leadoff single. Normally, I don't have a rooting interest, but I have to admit I would like to see the Mets stretch their winning streak to 7. Eddie Brasseau lined to third his first time up. They're calling Gardner back. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. The pitch to Brasseau on a 2-7 struck him out. Gardner will get an early exit today. He's only rated 5 for endurance anyway, and in 4 innings he gave up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, 2 runs. It could have been a lot worse than 2. I mean, look at this. 2 walks, just 1 strikeout. With the righties coming up, it will be Darryl Sutherland. And Johnny Lewis will be the pinch hitter for the Mets. Lewis hitting just 167, but he does have 10 extra base hits, including 2 home runs. Mets trying to catch lightning in a bottle here as Cloninger delivers from the stretch. 3-6 struck him out. It'll be up to Luplow, 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. 4-5 lefty. He flies it to straightaway center, backing up is Jones and puts it away to retire the side. For the Mets, no runs a hit, a man left. Cloninger breezing through 5, and it's still 2-0 as we reach the midway point of the game. Heart of the order for Atlanta, new pitcher for the Mets. It's going to be the righty Darryl Sutherland. Sutherland, no record, ERA high at 5.65. The pitch to Hank Aaron. 6-7 right-handed. That's a base hit into left center. Double to 5. It's going to be a long single for Hank Aaron. +4 battery now. Aaron 20 held at 18. He's going to try to roll that 7. Doesn't get it. And here's the pitch to Felipe Alou, who's doubled twice. 1-6 right-handed. He rips that into the gap. Triple to 7, and here it goes. Felipe Alou round second. They're waving Aaron home. He will score as Alou slides in with an RBI triple. Two doubles and a triple for Felipe Alou today. The Mets bring the infield in for Rico Cardi. Jerry Arrigo ready in the pen. Sutherland's pitch to Cardi on a 4-8 righty. He loses in ball 4. So Sutherland's been unable to record an out in the 5th. And here comes Gene Oliver. Infield at double play depth now. Maybe not. No, they will remain in. 2-2, he walks him to load the bases, and here comes Westrom, and he's seen enough. So Sutherland was clearly not the answer. They're going to go to Arrigo. Really only two dependable pitchers down there. Hamilton, of course, and the lefty Bill Hepler. Normally, those guys are saved for later in the game. And the Mets have loaded the bases with nobody out. One run across, 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Arrigo with New York, 0-2 with a pair of saves, 3.31. So he's pitched pretty well. He'll have the lefty-lefty advantage with Mac Jones infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch on a 1-6. Struck him out. Called strike 3. And Jones is retired. Here's Mion now. Infield back. Arrigo with a 6'9" right-handed. Fly to center field. That's going to be deep enough to tag up and score as Jones makes the catch. Alou tags up and scores, and it's 4-0. Here's Cloninger with 2 down. 6'7" right-handed. Base hit into left field for Cloninger. Oliver will... Actually, it's Cardi. Single to left. Cardi 10. Swoboda a 0. Menke do. They're going to hold him up. Already up 4-0. No sense taking any risks. Here's Menke. Arrigo's pitch with the bases full. 2-12. It's a Lomax to third. Caught by Boyer. That'll do it. The Braves, however, add on 2. On 3 hits, and they leave the bases full. After 5 innings of play, 4-0 Braves. Doesn't it feel like it could be twice that many? Braves have left a lot of men on base. They've had traffic in every inning. I'm going to grab some coffee. And of course, the ALCS starts this evening. Which reminds me, I will take a day off tomorrow. It's kind of one reason I was playing today. I figured there would be, with 2 CS games tomorrow, a morning doctor appointment, and I have to go to Costco. Well, that's already too much for this old man in one day. So I'll be taking tomorrow off. I'll be back with you on Tuesday. Tony Cloninger takes the mound for the 6th. Mets have managed to muster just 2 singles off of Cloninger, both of them by Ron Swoboda. I know, Ben, right? Cloninger not only pitching a shutout, he's 3 for 3 with an RBI. Trying to cement his player of the game honors, I assume. Here's Hunt. Cloninger with the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 4-8 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Here's Cleon now, 0 for 2. Cloninger out of the stretch. 2-7 righty. Base hit into right field. Rounding and heading for third is Hunt. And the Mets have runners at the corners with nobody out. Cloninger rated 7 for starter endurance, so that's not a problem. They are going to get somebody up, though. Let's see who it is. Who needs work? Dick Kelly begins to throw. He's a left-hander in the Atlanta pen. Braves will play the infield back. Cloninger with the pitch to Ken Boyer. That's a 5-10 right-handed. Grounder to short X. That could be 2. Woodward a 334. Here's the play on an 8. It's the E range. A 9 on a 34. Woodward. To Mion to Alou double play. Hunt scores on the play, but what a play by Woody Woodward. Four to 1 now, but the bases are empty, and here's Kranepool. And Dick Kelly sits down for the time being. Here's the pitch to Kranepool on a 6-10. High fly ball to shallow right. Aaron drifts in, waits on it, and makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. And it's 4 to 1 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Arrigo pitching pretty well. We're going to stick with him. I'm looking at some numbers for the Mets bullpen right now. Could go to Hepler. If things get way out of hand, we might see Gordy Richardson or Dave Eilers in this one. But right now it's a 3-run game. And Woody Woodward will start it off. Woodward 1 for 3. Arrigo with the windup. Here's the pitch on a 4-8 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Arrigo, and here's Henry Aaron. Arrigo with the windup and the pitch. It's a 1-7. Struck him out right in the heart of his power column. Oh my. And here's Felipe Alou. 2 doubles and a triple in this one. Arrigo comes in with a 3-8 lefty. Lazy fly to left. Swoboda settles under it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jerry Arrigo. Oh, I meant to congratulate Ben on the Brewers. Yeah, Dansby, Swanson. I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised if the Cubs take all 4 of the up-the-middle Gold Gloves this year. I don't think anybody's done that since the Big Red Machine of the mid-'70s. I could be wrong, but that's the last one I remember. And yes, first 1-2-3 inning of the day for the Mets, contributed by Jerry Arrigo. Here's Hawk Taylor 0 for 2. Cloninger now is in his first endurance inning as he comes set. Pitch to Taylor on a 4-4. A grounder to third base X. That's Menke. Menke a 315 to his left. Here's the play on an 8. Error range of a 5 on an 8, a 5 on a 15. Either way, that's going to be an error on Menke. E5, Taylor reaches. Second Atlanta error of the ball game. And here's Ron Swoboda. Swoboda 2 for 2. Cloninger out of the stretch. 2-4 righty. Comebacker hit hard. Fielded by Cloninger. He whirls and fields it to Mignon for 1. On to first. 1-4-3 double play. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Eddie Brasseau. Brasseau 0 for 2. Here's a 5-7 righty. Grounded to second base X. Mignon again. 424. Here's the play. On a 17, he's there. Flips it to Alou, and the side is retired. 4-3-X. As we go to stretch, it's Braves 4, Mets 1. Since Arrigo didn't come to bat, we're going to stick with him. And I was expecting to have to bat for him in the 7th, but the double play killed that. And now it's Mookie time. No surprises as far as his location. Just a ball of fur at the top of the tower. Hello, Mookie. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Can't punch him. Hey. Say hello. No, leave me alone. Well, this is not acceptable. Get it. He doesn't even want to play with that. Yes, he does. You don't like it? At least he showed his face. There was a gigantic bird out there on that downed branch this morning. He was freaking out. No, Frank, he hasn't damaged any card to the point where it can't be used. Or to put it another way, none of them look as bad as the Houston Astros that I spilled the coffee on. But that's fine. I just want them to be playable. I'm not that uptight about it. At some point I'll finish this replay and then I'll start another project, and it's highly unlikely I'll ever look at those cards again. Bottom of the 7th we go. Cardi, Oliver, and Mac Jones for Atlanta. Rico Cardi 0 for 2 with a walk as Jerry Arrigo gets ready to go to work. Here's the windup and the pitch. 3-6 lefty. He struck him out. Arrigo moving up the trust order in the Mets bullpen here with this outing. And here's Gene Oliver. The windup and the pitch on a 6-9. Fly ball to straightaway center. That's going to be Cleon Jones making the play. And here's Mac Jones. Walked in the second, singled in the fourth, and struck out in the fifth. Arrigo with a 2-3. Routine grounder to first. Cranepool will take it to the bag. And how about that? Arrigo's retired 7 in a row. That, however, will spell the end of his day, as the Mets will start off the 8th inning with a pinch hitter. So Sutherland could not get an out. 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Arrigo worked 3 scoreless innings. One hit, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Mets need base runners against Cloninger. It's going to be Chuck Hiller to bat. Left-handed hitter, Hiller 12 for 36. It's a .333 average. Almost exclusively as a pinch hitter. Cloninger with a 2-8 righty, and he bangs that one right up the middle for a leadoff single. It's kind of a shame that Hiller couldn't field very well. It seems to me he should have been in the lineup more, at least against right-handers. What did he do on the year? 280. He did have 254 at-bats. It looks like he'll play a little bit more later on in the season. Here's a Luplow now. Chi-Chi Olivo and Ted Abernathy take off the jackets and begin tossing in the Atlanta pen. Cloninger's pitch to Luplow on a 2-8 right-handed. Hard smash to first. Fielded there by Alou. Down to Woodward for 1. Back to first. 3-6-3 double play. That's the 3rd double play turned by the Braves. Seems like Cloninger, when he gets in trouble, can almost throw up the ground ball at will today. With 2 out and nobody on, here's Ron Hunt. The pitch is a 2-8 righty. Routine grounder to short. Woody Woodward. And that'll do it. No runs a hit, nobody left. Four to 1. And the Mets will go to the left-hander Hepler. Mian, Cloninger, and Menke due up. Felix Mian, 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Hepler gets set now. The pitch on a 5-4 right-handed is catcher's card. That's going to be Hawk Taylor. Taylor a 3E7. On a 12 error range, it's a 6 on an E7. It's going to be an error on Hawk Taylor. Wow. Error on Taylor. Mian reaches. Cloninger a C bunter, but he's 3 for 3. We're going to let him hit. It's a 6-9, and he walks him. Braves threatening to add on in the bottom of the 8th, first and second, nobody out. Here's Dennis Menke. Menke 0 for 4 on the day. Kepler from the stretch, 6'10 right-handed, fly ball center field X. That's Cleon Jones on his horse. 3E8. Here's the play on a 15. He runs it down for the out. Runners hold. Nice play, Jones. Woody Woodward steps to the plate now. The dangerous Hank Aaron looming on deck. Hepler into the windup. 4-2. Grounder to third. Boyer to Hunt for 1 to Cranepool. 5-4-3 double play. And Hank Aaron will not come up again, at least not unless the Mets tie it or take the lead. After 8 innings, Braves 4, Mets 1. Cloninger, 3 outs from a complete game. Heart of the order for the Mets in the 9th. I want to thank everybody for joining me on a Sunday. It's been a fun one. I enjoyed all the drumming discussion. Okay, here we go. Mets trail by 3. Cleon Jones will start it off. He's 1 for 3 today as Cloninger into the windup. Comes in with a 5-4 right-handed fly to center field X. That's Mac Jones. 3E7. Ranging to his left, and he's not going to get it. That drops in for a base hit, and the leadoff man is aboard. Cleon Jones with his second hit of the afternoon. +2, 17. He'll have to be held at 15, and here's Ken Boyer. Out to the mound, Gene Oliver. Set to go in the Braves bullpen, Ted Abernathy. Cloninger will face Boyer. Ken Boyer 0 for 3 today. Cloninger from the stretch. 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Is that right, unmitigated? Okay, I'm stumped. What holiday is it? As Ed Cranepool comes to bat, 0 for 3, he reached on an error in the 4th. Cloninger gets the sign. It's a 3-8 righty, liner to second, single to 5. It's speared by a leaping Felix Mian. And the Mets are down to their last out. Are they going to leave it up to Hawk Taylor? Probably not. Let's see what we got. They need another base runner to get the tying run to the plate. They're going to send up Larry Elliott to hit for Taylor. Elliott with 1 T. Elliott has not played very much at all. He's 0 for 4 with a walk. Cloninger. Steadies the signs. The pitch to Elliott. 4-9. Fly ball to left. This should do it. Carty settles under it, and that's the ball game. 4-1, the final. Braves win it. Mets winning streak ends at 6, and I'll have the totals in a moment. For Cloninger, a complete game victory. He's now 6-8. I think he was like 1-7 at one time. He's pitched a lot better of late. He only allowed 5 hits, all singles, and had 3 hits himself. I don't think there's any doubt who the player of the game is today. He walked 1, 2, struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. Kepler in his inning of work, no runs, no hits, a walk, no strikeouts. Gardner takes the loss. He's 4-6. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Unmitigated. Thanks, Franklin. Thank you, Kenyon. Felipe with 3 extra base hits, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. On the other hand, Cloninger not only pitched a 9-inning game allowing 5 hits and a run, he had 3 hits himself, although Unmitigated agrees. You know what? I'm fine with that. We're going to have co-players of the game, Tony Cloninger and Felipe Alou. 7 total bases for Alou. Nothing to sneeze at. It's funny, too, because I was kind of thinking, why is he hitting cleanup in this with all these hitters in this lineup? And we never did see Joe Torre, did we? I guess they didn't need him. Okay, I'll take tomorrow off. I'm going to be back on Tuesday with a hamburger today. No, I'll be back on Tuesday with Detroit Tigers at Boston Red Sox. Denny McLain for the Tigers, Raleigh Sheldon for the Red Sox. Sheldon, of course, came over in that trade with Kansas City. Braves win it with 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. The Mets 1 run, 5 hits, and an error. And yeah, now that I know about it, happy Columbus Day, everyone. It reminds me of that episode of The Sopranos where they all went apeshit because the town was dissing Columbus or something. Well, I'm Italian, and I can tell you this, I certainly would not resort to violence over Christopher Columbus. I'm sorry. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I thought you guys would like that. The Tigers, that is. And Denny McLain. Always a treat to play with McLain. So I'm going to get out of here, find some lunch. I'll sign off by wishing everyone a pleasant evening. Enjoy the playoff games, and I'll see you on Monday. No, Tuesday. Get your days right, Steve. Snap out of it. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye for now.